This is a 2023 Honda Accord Touring Hybrid, top of the line for this year's Accord lineup. And I'm back here at Henrik Honda, Bradenton, Florida, checking this out. I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to take a look at it from the exterior, interior, jump inside, play with some amazing technology on this vehicle. At the end of this video, I'm going to take you for a drive together with me. So if this is the first time we meet, my name is Matt here on Matt the Car Guy. I post 2 car reviews every single week. If that's something that interests you, go ahead, check out the rest of my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. And after you watch this video, don't forget to give me a like. Well, this is the 11th generation Accord. Honda redesigned it for 2023, and you know, as many people, as many opinions. If you look at my previous video that I did on the Sport L Hybrid, some people love it, some people hate it. Now, this is obviously very subjective, but a lot of publications love it. Now, the Car and Driver already named it the top midsize sedan for 2023, so let's check it out. See what we have on this top-of-the-line trim level. First of all, I do love this platinum white pearl color. It does have a lot of sparkle. Honda's been using that for years, by the way, and I love the color. Now, it does have 2 body lines on each side, very subtle in here, and then, you know, you have this piano black grille, huge Honda logo, fully LED headlights with the daytime running lights that are also LED. You do have some sensors over here, parking sensors, and down below here you can see that this is open, and that allows for air to get in here for better aerodynamics, better air circulations. As well, this portion is open right here. This is matte black, finished off with this fascia down at the bottom. This is also a piano black color. Now let's pop the hood. Let's see what powers up this thing. Underneath the hood of this top-of-the-line Accord is a 4-cylinder, 2-liter, 16-valve, dual overhead cam engine, and that's coupled with the AC motor. Total output is 204 horsepower, 247 foot-pounds of torque. Made it to a CVT transmission, but I gotta tell you, it's not a slouch, at least not on paper. 0 to 60 about 6.6 seconds. We're gonna check that out at the end of this video. Now, if you look in here, you know, one thing that I don't like is the prop stick, but it does have nice sound insulation that should make up for a nice and quiet ride in this vehicle. Certainly elegant look on the side of this vehicle. It is large. It's 196 inches long, making it the largest Accord to date. But I do like it. I do like that two-tone color. If you take a look at this, in the front, I mentioned that front fascia down under here is piano black. That continues as a side skirt down throughout the entire vehicle. And if you look at the wheel and tire setup, you had 19s. Those are standard wheel sizes, 235 by 40 on the 19-inch rim. Those are the tires. You do have a two-tone design in here. You have the silver faces with the black on the inserts in here. And you do have quite large brake calipers. Now, Honda says they tweaked the suspension as well as the steering to make it ride even better than the outgoing 10th generation Accord. And let's check this. And then, of course, the completely brand new back end of this vehicle. And right away, you notice the taillights go through the entire width of this vehicle. They're fully LED. They have the reverse lights, turn signals, and the regular taillights all built in here. The third brake light is right over here. Honda logo right in the middle, Touring Hybrid on one side, Accord on the other. Of course, this is a hybrid vehicle. You don't see any exhaust tips underneath here, but you do have the same trim as we've seen on the side and in the front, and also the rear view camera as well. Let's check out the roominess inside of this trunk. And right away, I can see that it is massive. It's 17 cubic feet of cargo space in this trunk, one of the largest in its class. This particular one has the all-season mat, cargo mat, and underneath here you have some styrofoam organizer with the compressor. So it's a fix-a-flat, basically. There's no spare tire on this particular one. If you look down here, you can see that 60-40 split on the seats. You can actually release them from here, from the back. You do have the release levers on both sides. So let's move inside and check it out. And on the inside, there's no shortage of room. This is one of the largest mid-size vehicle that I have ever sat in. So check it out. This seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I am 6 feet tall. I have probably about 4 inches, if not more, before I would hit my knees to the front seat. Now, as far as the headroom, I have about 1.5 inches. So if you are really, really tall, you might have to kind of lean forward to accommodate. But, you know, overall, it is very nice and comfortable interior. Let me show you the rest of it. All right, we're gonna start right in this rear door panel. I gotta tell you, I did the Sport L and I was complaining that this rear door panel was not the same quality as the front one, but that's not the case on this Touring one. This is all soft touch materials. This is nicely wrapped in leather. You do have the window controls. You also have the heated seats in the back as well, and then a little bit more storage and a speaker. That's what you get on the door itself. And if you move inside, you can see that these seats are nicely trimmed with this leather, and you have the perforated in the middle, solid on the outsides. You have 3 people capacity, 3 seat belts in the back. You do have the armrest that folds out, and then you do have the 2 cup holders in here. Nice footwells. Now, no venting underneath here, and if you remember, I complained on the Sport L, no vents. Well, you do have vents on this Touring model. You also have the connectivity, 2 USB Type-C ports, which is no complaints here. I just wish they put it on all the models, not just the top of the line. Also, the passenger seat has a little bit of seat back pocket. The driver one does not. And of course, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom. Nice, solid. Now we do have the key and the vehicle is on, so that's why the noise. And on the front door panel, basically same as the rear, but in addition, you do have 2 memory seat settings. You also have the mirror window lock controls. This is all nice and soft materials. A lot more storage in the front seat than the back seat. And then, of course, you do have the power adjusted front seats for both driver and passenger. The seats, they're fairly nicely contoured, but they're not very aggressive, so that's very comfortable. So check it out. This is the interior of this 2023 Accord Hybrid Touring, the top of the line trim. I'm super excited at what I see here, and I can't wait to share it with you. But overall, the interior, so let's check this out. Pretty much all of the Honda has this kind of mesh grille in the front, like this venting. You have this honeycomb design on the Civic. This is kind of all soft touch over at the bottom, and then you have the vent controls. Now you have this 12.3-inch screen and also a fully digital instrument cluster as well. Now I moved the seat all the way back, and look how much room I have. Now I'm 6 feet tall. I am touching, but I'm barely touching. I'd have to definitely move the seat closer in order to drive comfortably. And then the steering wheel itself, it's very nice to the touch. It's the right size. It does have, I don't know if this is the regen or the pedal shifters. We're going to check that out in just a little bit. But you do have buttons on both sides of the steering wheel. So this one controls your media, basically, and your voice control. On the right-hand side, you have the cruise control, dynamic cruise control. And then let's check out what's going on right inside of the instrument cluster. So first of all, you do have the standard settings right here. So you have the speedometer on the right hand side, and then you have this kind of hybrid charge and power graph on the other side. You see the vehicle is in the EV mode right now. I can take it out of the EV mode, auto, and then EV. So EV ready, basically it's using the battery right now. And if you look at this middle icon of this vehicle, check it out. I'm gonna turn the brake lights on. Boom, hit the brakes. If I wanted to turn the lights on, check it out. It says that I have the headlights on. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for the brights. I thought it did. But anyways, blinkers, the same thing. It shows you what the car is doing. So this is pretty cool, because how many times you see people driving with the blinkers for miles and miles and miles. They also have the speed displayed right up on top in here. And let's see if we can actually customize something here. So over in the left hand side, you can see Alexa customize display. Let's hit that. Hide or show, and here's the things that we can show or hide in here. Everything is checked on. And then let's go back from here. Customize. All right, and then display content again. So this is basically self-explanatory. Phone, FM, AM, USB, Bluetooth, smartphone, Alexa, and back to customize display. So what you want display in here, one of those options that I just showed you. So this is pretty cool. Now you have the trip meter on the right hand side that's inside of here. And then let's see if we can actually customize anything here. There you go. So you can put your navigation system in here, which is pretty cool. I've never seen that on Honda before. You can actually do the speed and time, range and fuel, power flow. So that's the customization that you have in the instrument cluster. Let's move on to something that's super exciting, because that's your 12.3-inch screen that has this brand new infotainment system. So on the left hand side we have home, and as you can see, the icons look a little bit different than on the Sport L, for example. They're more colorful. You have the Maps phone, Play Store, so this has Google built in. You can also have the Google Assistant, which you can talk to. Google, take me to the nearest Starbucks.
Starbucks. All right.
I don't even know why I say Starbucks. I don't remember last time that I actually was there and drinking something, but okay. So here's the nearest Starbucks if I wanted to, and then I can cancel it. So for those of you who are Android users, that looks very, very familiar. Now let's go back to the home settings, and then you can see Android Auto. Now I do have my phone hooked up to it. So let's see, connecting. Let's see if he's gonna do it automatically. I actually got out of the vehicle and got back in, but I can see already. So now you have this is your main screen for the Android Auto. As you can see, nice, colorful, big, crisp display. I actually like it a lot. So if you didn't like the maps that you have on the car, which is basically the same thing, but let's say you're an Apple user, you're an iPhone user, you have the same wireless Apple CarPlay here, so that's going to display in here if you prefer that. Now let's go back to the Honda screen, and let's see what else we have. Power flow, you have the Alexa here, Google Assistant, trip computer, vehicle settings. Now I love this screen. Check this out. You can do the individual settings: meter, head-up display setup, keyless access setup, door setup. So everything is displayed in here that you can change here. Driver assist system setup. So here it tells you what you have: forward collision warning, distance, head-up warning, forward vehicle detect beep. Now this is off. Road departure mitigation, lane keep assist, blind spot information, traffic sign recognition system, speed limit warning, driver attention monitor. I can turn that on. Tactile and audible alert, tactile alert. So that's basically just it's gonna shake the steering wheel if you like to. Now we're gonna leave that off. That's what they had. And let's go back. So basically this is all the safety features that you have. We're gonna go back from this screen: lighting setup, climate control setup. So all of this setup, but I actually do like this display and how it shows everything. It's a super self-explanatory. Basically you can do it yourself, no question about it. Auto high beams are on, auto light sensitivity, auto headlight on with wipers on. I mean, all of those features you can customize through here. So let's go back and then to the general settings on the vehicle, and then you have system, display, sound, connections, privacy, sound, volume, etc. So whatever you want to customize here, you can customize here. I wonder if I can actually get rid of this screen. Yep, just through Android Auto, I guess. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit, get out of here, get back to the Honda screen, and As long as the Honda screen is on, it seems like this is on. So camera, let's check this out. Cross traffic monitor, rear wide camera, guidelines, fixed guidelines or dynamic guidelines. Let's go back here. Let me put it in reverse. Let's see how the camera looks like. So we do have the regular camera. There's no 360 in here, which if I were to complain about something, I really would like to have that. And you have the 3 different angles of the regular camera. And then right here you have the car icon with the sensor. So as long as you getting closer to something, it's going to show you, and it's going to give you a warning that you're getting closer to an obstacle. So let's put it in park so we don't roll. And this is your infotainment system, all apps, Wi-Fi hotspot. You can set this up. Honda Link, you can set it up. This is your Honda account, Compass if you'd like to. I mean, this is pretty simple. Now scrolling down here, of course, this is where you start the vehicle. So now it's on. See, Honda turns the color to red once the vehicle is on. It's white when it's off. And then down below here, you have the climate control settings. So you have the regular knobs, gives you nice feedback. You can set up your temperature. And then you have the heated and ventilated seats. So ventilated and heated, I should say. And then you can set it up as automatic dual zone climate control in the front. Down below here, you have 2 USB-C ports, and then you have the wireless charging, regular shifter, 2 cup holders, different drive modes. I'm going to show you how that looks. Brake hold, parking, and then the EV mode. And of course, as far as the drives, all you have is PR and D, and no sport mode through the shifter. But let's check this out. So if I wanted to switch to sport mode, okay, do not show this again. I can customize the individual mode if I would like to, and this is how I do it. I hit the powertrain and I have Econ, normal or sport, steering, normal or sport. Okay, you have the adaptive cruise control, normal or Econ, gauges, normal or sport. Set this up at sport. I'll show you how that looks in a second. And then different drive modes. So we have sport, gives you that little bit more aggressive look, normal, Econ, and individual. And what's going on in the instrument cluster where you switch it? So here you go. You have the Econ, normal, sport, and individual. So that's pretty much it. Now you do have a little bit more storage underneath this console. You also have the 12-volt outlet down here. Up on top, you don't have the panoramic moonroof. You do have the regular moonroof with the slide and tilt feature. And then you have your sunglasses holder, as well as your SOS button. This is to control your moonroof, and this is to control your interior lights, which by the way are LED. I don't see HomeLink system anymore on here. I don't know if Honda just decided not to use it. One thing I didn't mention, you do have the stereo that's made by Bose on this top of the line Accord. Illuminated mirror in the sun visors, and this is the interior of it. Take it for a spin. Vehicle is running, ready to take it for a spin. There's a couple of things that we didn't talk about. Well, first thing is the gas mileage. So the gas mileage is combined at 44. It's 41 on the highway, 46 in the city. That's pretty good actually for this size of a vehicle. But however, some of the hybrids that are competing with it, like a Sonata hybrid or a Camry hybrid, have a little bit better gas mileage. But let's see if this one might have a better performance. And pricing and trim levels. So Honda for this year has 2 non-hybrid vehicles, and those are base vehicles, LX and EX. And then anything starting with Sport, so Sport, EXL, Sport L, and the Touring, those are all hybrid vehicles. The EXL, or the LX, I'm sorry, starts at $28,390. $30,155 for the EX, $32,440 for the Sport Hybrid, EXL Hybrid $34,085, Sport L Hybrid $34,420, and the Touring Hybrid $38,435. So this one is actually with the destination charge. I'm going to look at the sticker right now. It's $39,440, and the only option that's on this vehicle that's added to it from the factory, of course, is the Platinum White Pearl color. So it's really nice, and it's all under $40,000. Definitely very competitive in the segment. But we do have this nice and large parking lot. Let's check out a few things. Let's check out the turning radius. First of all, it grew about 4 inches, so let's see if it's still as tight as it was. Steering wheel all the way to the left. No surprise there. Honda's always been so good with their turning radius. This one is as tight as it can be. I don't have the parking spots, but I think it's 4 or maybe 4 or less parking spots. Let's do a little bit of body roll test. Now I have it in the sport mode, and Honda never disappoints as far as the ride quality, because it's tuned a little bit more towards sport than the comfort versus the competition. And one of the other things that we can check out really quickly, this is not going to be a real acceleration test, but let's see how quickly it gets off the line. Pretty good. And there's no dive almost, like when braking. Let's take it on the road and let's see if we can do a little bit more of the testing on here. Now I do like this hybrid flow, so when you can see when you're slowing down, when you're braking, that battery regenerates and it gives the power back. The engine gives the power back to the battery, and if it's the other way around, the battery assists the electric motor assists the regular combustion engine with the driving. So this is the system that we have here. Let's see how this vehicle accelerates here. Get it up to 60 miles per hour. It doesn't feel super quick, but it's definitely capable. They tested it about 6.6, 6.8. Now let's check out as far as the manual modes. Let's see what that is. Yeah, this is the regen, definitely not the gear shifts. You know, on the steering wheel I can adjust the hardness or heaviness of the regen. So, you know, if I have it at the lowest settings, I'm just gonna let the foot off the gas and it's gonna coast. But if I do it at the heaviest settings, right here I'm not braking, but the vehicle is braking just because it regenerates at the heavier rate. So that's how the regen works here. Now as far as the comfort of the drive, this is very comfortable. Although, you know, one thing to mention, I think those seats are like almost too comfortable, not Honda like you used to getting those at Toyotas and Lexuses, and now they're right here in this Accord Touring. So if that's kind of your thing, that's if you like the really nice and comfortable seats, definitely check this one out. Lots of technology that I like. You know, you do have the super nice navigation, the Google built-in. I like it better than the Honda standard navigation, but I do use Android Auto for the most part on my vehicle, so that's what I'm used to. Now everybody could be different on here, and let's check it out. Kind of half throttle in here, really nice. It doesn't have any of the aggressiveness in the sound of the engine, but then again, this is not what this vehicle is made for. Overall, super nice and solid. Under $40,000 hybrid, 44 miles per gallon combined gas mileage. Now you have the Honda quality, Honda reliability, and this is the brand new model. Guys, I think it's a winner. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you liked that. And if you did, give me a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.